Good day, everyone, and we are now on the fourth Sunday of Lent, Year A. And our Gospel reflection for today will be coming from the Gospel according to St. John, chapter 9, verses 1 to 41, or the healing of the blind man. We know for a fact, my dear friends, that Jesus is a healer. And most of the time, when Jesus heals, he uses words. He uses words, and also he does some simple touch or gestures of touch to people. But today, as we heard in the gospel, he did something extraordinary, especially in healing this blind person. Why? Because the gospel said, and I read, Jesus spat on the ground, yuck, and made clay with saliva, yuck, and smeared the clay on his eyes. Kidding aside, no? But to read it again, Jesus spat on the ground and made clay with saliva and smeared the clay on the blind man's eyes. You know, reflecting on the action of Jesus today, it's not something that we should be surprised. Because if we recall our Bible stories, when did we first hear God, the Father, no, touch the soil, formed the soil into human being, and then breathed on them to share His divine life? It's in the Bible story, the Genesis or the creation story. And therefore, if we connect that action of the Father with Jesus, it is pala a recreation story. Meaning to say, all of us people, no, were created by God, and if ever we have some sicknesses, some defects, or some weaknesses, only through the recreating hand of God, Jesus, that we can be healed or cured. Of course, the doctors are there. Of course, the spiritual guides are there. The psychologists are there. Those people who help us. But all their efforts are actually graces also coming from the Lord. And therefore, in this Sunday of Lent, Jesus is challenging us to also be healers for others. You know, a Christian is an extension of Jesus. No? That is why we need to be refined with our actions. No, we have to be better than before, no, as Christians, because we need to grow in the likeness of Jesus. Not to be perfect Xerox copy, but you know, Jesus has a lot of attributes that I can have because I am gifted by God, and you are gifted also by Jesus. And therefore, one of the things a Christian follower of Jesus can do is also to extend the healing power of Jesus. You know what? Today in our Holy Mass, I invite you, my dear friends, remember those people close to your heart, those people who are sick now in the hospitals, those who are suffering on their because of their pain, because of their sicknesses, mga balatian, and those who are staying at home, the aging parents, the aging lolos and lolas who cannot anymore stand up. We remember also those who are struggling from depression, from those mental issues that we know. Remember all of them who have, for example, issues on relationships, no, because they find it hard to be reconciled yet. And therefore, as healers, no, as healers, fellow healers of Jesus, may I invite you sincerely that during the Mass, mention these names, no, in front of Jesus. Whisper their names in the heart of Jesus, and allow Jesus through this prayer, Lord, please touch each and every one of these names of my friends who needed your healing touch. We are just simply instruments, but as instruments, if we don't maximize it, of course, no, we are not also following our calling as Christians or followers of Jesus. And therefore, as we continue with this last 2 weeks of Lent before the Holy Week, may I also invite you to please give yourself time. Huh? Spiritually pamper also yourself, particularly by attending a recollection organized everywhere. I know there's so many recollections that are being organized, even online. But please do not go online. Have it face to face. And then receive the blessing of Jesus through the sacrament of reconciliation, and and you will see what the healing and cure of Jesus' power is all about. God bless you, and continue with your Lenten practices. Amen.